everything being shut down right now, a lot of us that are used to moving are getting really restless. Sometimes it's kind of hard to stay motivated to keep moving when you're not sure when things are going to open back up and when you'll be able to return to your regular goals. So for me, before all this started happening, I was going to my dance company rehearsals every Tuesday morning. I was going to the gym, I was working, I still am working because I am an essential worker. So I am really just working right now, and as a creative person that's really, really difficult to just solely do that. But at the same time, I'm experiencing a lack of motivation because I used to perform and show my abilities to people, and right now that's not really a thing. So practicing just kind of feels aimless at the moment, even though I know that there is a greater outcome with it and that eventually we will return. It's just kind of the uncertainty of like not knowing when that's going to be. It makes it kind of hard to motivate and really get going. Not everyone has an apparatus to practice from, which I luckily purchased mine probably about a year ago now. So I already had a rig and a couple different apparatuses to choose from, so I'm covered in that department. But it's finding the time to do it outside of just working now, as I'm working way more hours than I used to be. And it's also finding the motivation, or at least pushing past the resistance that I feel to practice. I have a few tips that I've curated not only for my audience but for myself as well, because I have not always been implementing this advice, and when I do implement it, I notice a huge difference with my motivation and how I go about my practice. One of the first things is using a planner, and it doesn't have to be like a physical planner. It can be your phone, it can be a notepad, just anything that you can use to track time and to keep track of yourself and holding yourself accountable. So you can set specific times for your practice and days of the week that you'd like to practice. You can practice every day, you can practice once a week, depending on how much you want to practice and fit that in. So whether you have a rig or you don't, you can set your training schedule to when it's convenient for you. When you do set these times to train, you're going to want to stick to them. I know, what a concept. Whether you feel motivated or not, the most important thing that you can do is just push yourself to train. So if you set that time for yourself, stick to it. Just do it whether you feel like you want to or not. The only times I would advise that you don't do it is if you're feeling sick or if your muscles are overly sore. You can prepare for your practice by ensuring that you've gotten enough sleep the night before and eating at least 30 minutes to an hour before your practice. Cross training can include yoga, weightlifting, bike riding, strength training, walking, really any other form of muscle building activity or strength building activity. Something I do to motivate myself a lot of the times right before I have to start training is I will watch performance videos or videos of other people training. And I've even watched videos of my old performances just so that way I can kind of get myself into that performance mindset. I am a performer, I thrive on that, so that is really what motivates me to train my best, because I want to be back performing and I want to perform better than I did before. You can brainstorm and create your own act or routine. If you're a person who wants to or already does paid gigs, you can literally just build your repertoire while you are in quarantine, which for a lot of people this is when they're going to have the most time anyway, so why not start working on stuff now?